Good morning, one and all, and what a glorious morning it is for us all today. I'm going to start with a bit of a song, and I'm going to start this with I love Damian Williams. Damian Williams loves me all together now. I love Damian Williams. Damian Williams loves me. So I had to get that out there because obviously there's been a bit of news today or late yesterday evening. So first of all, I just want to say good morning to every single Levy outer, and I'll be speaking heavily about what we've done, what we're going through, and how big this is right now. So top of the morning to you. To the people that will be coming in and watching this, whether you're in the chat live or watching this back, to who I'm calling the already making excuses and coming out and defending, I'm going to have quite a bit to say to you. So good morning to you. And of course, a very special welcome and good morning to all those people that worked so hard last night, because I've woken up this morning and I cannot believe just how many people have woken up with a Harvard law degree specializing in North American finances. So I'm going to be speaking to all of you as well. So YouTube, what shall we talk about? A little bit of news, but first of all, Johnny, my brother, Ben should be joining with us. People, there will be a rant. Listen, there's going to be a lot of ranting. I'm going to try and get through comments if I see them, but just big up to every single one of you. There's already 58 of you in here. We haven't even been going 2 minutes. Please smash the like and subscribe, because this is a day where we start the marathon. Might be turning into a sprint, is all I can say. But Johnny, you're with me. Let me just take the Daigle Ram bit off because it's not that time yet. I forgot to take that off. Johnny, how are you, sir?
I'm absolutely knackered, actually. Like, we were up when the news broke last night. I was actually on my way to sleep, and when the news came, it certainly woke me up, because just when you think nothing more could happen. Look, the best part of the news is that our owner finally, gets to spend big on his defence, because he hasn't spent any money on our defence. Listen, it's an absolute avalanche of absolute crap that our Spurs fans have had to part with in the last, in the last year. Well, forget 22 years, just in this last year. I mean, I can't even listen. When I was just looking at them just before, right? For our medical team, our fitness coach dying, our coach having to go off with a gallbladder. The Doherty having to give them away because we couldn't work out how many players you're allowed to put out on loan. The buyout collapsing. The buyout talk that was never there, that no one actually ever turned up, even though there was 101 reports of them turning up. The Conte rant where he threw everybody under the bus. Then we had Paratici as well, who, got convicted. And then we found out that he's actually still working. The humiliating cup defeats, the worst league positions in 13 years, most goals conceded since 2007, ticking prices raised again in the middle of a financial crisis, the worst tour on record that I can think of. No centre-backs, can't even organise paying the right money for someone like Ashley Phillips. We got Kane leaving. We got a loaner where we lose 50 million, and he gives himself a £500,000 wage increase. And now to cap it all, our owner, floating around in his boat, has been accused of insider trading, right? You could not, I mean, it's not, I know people who have put a gloss on it. Oh, it's nothing. People insider trade all the time. No, right? They don't insider trade on this scale and offer the advice to umpteen and one friends. So he said, the guy who put these charges last night is no mug, okay? And basically, Cambridge, Harvard law graduate, appointed by Joe Biden. This hasn't been done lightly. This investigation's been going on. Our club needs to be sold because this has become too much. And if you're going to sit there and defend what us Spurs fans have had to go through, forget 22 years, just in the last year, it's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. And I, for one, have had enough of it. And I'm sure many out there have as well. Something needs to be done. I don't know whether this will force a sale, but I pray that somehow or other we get some new owners in who think about the club and our heritage, because our name, Tottenham Hotspur, has been dragged through the mud and sullied, right? Sullied. And, you know, I've got pride in my club. They don't obviously have pride in the name or the club, just the profit. Brian, over to you, mate.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, before I go on my rant, I just want to say, obviously, got 2 super chats in, so I want to just say thank you to Mark for your super chat. I bet Joe's defence is better than ours. Yup, you can imagine.
Just said,
funny
Mark.
enough, the top lawyers at no expense paid will be used. And Wolves fee, big up Wolves. Thank you very much indeed. Happy days. They most certainly are. So right, here we go. Let me just put the banner up because it's time. So this is going to be quite in depth. And
surely not, Brian.
Oh, it is. Believe me. Funnily enough, you wouldn't have believed this. No one would have thought that this would be like my birthday, my anniversary, Christmas, Hanukkah, every single high holiday in every single religion. North London Derby wins for a decade, all rolled into one. Today is. I am literally. I probably won't sleep for days because I am so delighted with this. Obviously, this news broke, and what a time for it to break. Mate, I was literally, I'm sure everyone, the 119 that are already in here, we haven't even been going 10 minutes, I'm sure the 124 now that are here, we're probably all going to bed, or whatever time of day it was just probably doing what you do.
I don't even remember what time it was, Brian.
And mate, it was around about 10:30, 11 o'clock, but I tell you what, I've seen my phone, and people that know me and have been around me know that my phone goes off non-stop. I've never seen, probably everyone's phone was going off like a Christmas tree. It was probably all going off. My phone was red hot. And then I saw, obviously, someone had posted the indictment, but then obviously the US attorneys, what a way to break it. What a world we live in. Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. What a great thing to break for them for their first couple of days as a new organisation.
100%.
The wonderful Damien Wallace, who I now want to have a statue outside the football ground.
He's got more chance than Bill Nick, that's for sure.
Well, he has at the moment. Said what he said. And the first thing that came to my mind is, do you know what? For 3 years, I've been a part of the group that I'm with. And the part of the group I'm with have been doing this themselves at away games, at home games, on the pavement, banners. I'm not going to start mentioning loads of names because it'll take the hour up that we're using here. And they have worked tirelessly. Home, away, abuse taken, and lots of it. Obviously, I've been a part of them for a couple of years now, and I've been doing, as soon as I came on We Are Tottenham TV, I came out speaking, leave you out, Enoch out, leave you out, Enoch out. Abuse. And I'll mention a couple of names. Myself, Stelios, Billy Carnes, Ryan, Graham, Boogie, Andrew Rose. Andrew, like I said, I'm not going to go into it because I can name loads. But obviously, Stella and I came on YouTube, as well as us, Danny Kiriakou, and started talking about this very, very, and Savar, very, very predominantly abuse. Put in all this hard work, and this has come. Now, this is massive. This is absolutely ginormous. This is news that we have been saying, or I've been saying for 15 years.
Yeah.
People have been going back further, 22 years. Other people, maybe 6 months, maybe 2 years. Maybe Who knows how long you've been Levy out or ENIC out, whatever.
As far as Patagonia.
Yep, I mean, there's that as well to whack on top of it. And the sheer level of abuse and like I said, it comes on both sides, but you're wrong, you're this, you're that. Do you remember these lines, people? I'd rather have morally decent owners than win trophies that way.
And bring Qatar in.
Yeah, I'm so happy that we do things the right way. I am so happy that Tottenham do this organically. I'm so happy that Tottenham run in such a classy manner. Every single one of you people that have come out and said all this crap, you're in the bin. Your excuses, I've seen say, oh, but every billionaire does this, and I'm sure other owners do this. I'm sure.
Everyone does it.
They ain't been caught, apparently. And they ain't been done by the US goddamn attorney's office. So for all you people that have given all this grief to myself, to anyone at the protests, that have given their time, effort, you may not agree, but you want to hurl abuse, you're done. You're done. Anyone that wants to go purple and gold, oh, is it pink and gold? Is it UKIP? Is it LA Galaxy? Is it LA Lakers? Is it Cadbury's Caramel? Is it Nectar Cards? Done. Go away. Bye-bye. Until you come back and go, oh, do you know what? Yeah, but every owner does this, and nothing will happen. Let's get on to nothing will happen. Do you know what? Nothing might happen to Joe. He's an old man. Nothing might happen to him. Who knows if there's anyone else associated? And I'm not obviously going to say certain things that I want to say because I could get myself into a lot of trouble, and I ain't doing that. But let me just tell people, and people that are in this chat already, especially the ones from North America that know this stuff, people like the NFL absolutely hate anything like this. They will swallow ENIC whole. People might not know, but when they came for the last NFL tour, there were talks with the great one, Mr. Daniel Levy, him who can't do no wrong, the wonderful chairman, the great leader, marching us to success and glory. They were fuming with him because of that pitch. The players complained non-stop. It got to the point where they wanted to rip the contract up and renew it and just stay at Wembley. And I will say that because I can back it up. And then what happened all of a sudden? We're spending £800,000 to £1 million to get that pitch done. And all of a sudden we can find money to make sure the NFL pitch is done. The NFL will be going absolutely bonkers today. There are endorsements. You see it with sports stars. You see it with everyone. That when they get this kind of label with them or some kind of accusation, ties are cut.
Yeah. They don't want to associate.
Ties are going to be cut. And I've also got to say to all the fans that would say when this happened to Paratici, oh no, he's got to go. We can't have this club brought into we can't have the club's name brought into disrepute. This is no way. Brian. No way can we have a director of football that's done that. That's done for corruption. Hello. So we'll get onto this. Like I said, when it comes to the repercussions of this and the fallout, I've had people say nothing will happen because Joe has changed this, and there's nothing that will happen to Tottenham Hotspur. The money, I don't even care. There is going to be a huge fallout from this. Every transfer is going to be dealt with. Every single away fan right now, Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea, United.
We're going to get slaughtered.
Who won the Glazers? Mate, do you know what? This just goes to show this fan base. The Glazers, spunking money left, right and centre, winning cups in the Champions League.
Yeah.
We want the Glazers out. Thousands bombarding the club shop so people don't buy the new kit.
And they're winning.
They're winning, but their owners haven't just been done by the US attorneys and haven't been done for insider trading. and corporate corruption. This fan base, oh yeah, but don't worry, everyone does it. No, amazing. With Paratici, no, we can't have this. The club's been brought into disrepute. The fallout from this is going to be astronomical. And as I've been saying, someone said it to me, and they said it, and I said it on this marathon that we've been running for however many years you want to call it. I'm going to say 3 years for when I'm standing proudly with the unique out people I stand with. Family, they have been family. That marathon that we've been running is now a sprint. Their days are numbered. This is over, and anyone defending them is just ridiculous. Johnny, I'm going to let you finish off now or speak because I'm going to refuel.
Listen, I just, it's incredible how you can even defend, you can even think about defending this. It beggars belief. I mean, you know, he talks about, the district attorney talks about passing the information on to the pilots, his lover, his associates, and close friends, right? Okay. People who say it's nothing. Martha Stewart, the darling, the Mary Berry, right, of America, went to jail for 3 years for insider trading of 4,000 shares. 4,000, right? Okay. This is on a much bigger scale, much bigger scale, right? And these guys don't come out with this information. This isn't like Bernie Madoff, where they've just uncovered it and now they're going to hold an investigation. This is an investigation that has already taken place. And the result of the investigation is now the indictment. So don't anyone get confused that they're now holding one, right? They have the information. They've done their homework, right? Because what happens is the greed overcomes you, right? This is about greed, okay? Why does a man, he even said it himself, the district attorney even said it himself, why does a man worth billions feel the need to insider trade to get more money? And it smacks of what's been going on in the club. The money grabbing, the penny pinching, the raising the ticket prices in an affordability crisis when everyone is struggling, and then awarding themselves bonuses. And they're all sitting there with smiles on their faces without a care in the world, okay? Plundering the club whilst rewarding themselves. It's just an indictment of everything that's wrong with our club from the top down. I feel sorry for Ange. I mean, I really feel sorry for this guy. Here's a guy who's come in with his chest puffed high, right? And we're thinking, big Ange, tough Ange, he's going to give it to Daniel. I don't know what's happened. First of all, to see all these guys going on a plane, the Dyers, the Davis, then this ridiculous tour that's going on, having to answer all these questions every single time. We all knew it about Harry Kane, right? This ridiculous tour he's all been on. And then yesterday, seeing the AI, our biggest sponsors, instead of wheeling out Harry Kane and Heung-min Son to where the money's coming from, right, for our club, they wheel out Ben Davis, right? For all you Ben Davis fans out there, right? This is just about how we get it wrong every flipping time. Face the music. And now, poor Ange, instead of when he goes out to play those fantastic sailors, right, this afternoon, that we all know about, okay, that wonderful team of sailors, he's going to be asked, what's going to happen? He thought it was bad that he was just getting bombarded with Harry Kane and shirts being held up. Now it's about, you know, is your owner going to get banged up abroad? He's going to see this banged up at Joe Lewis, banged up abroad. You've seen the show, right? He's floating around in his boat somewhere right now. Okay, it's probably in international waters. I don't know, but
no, Joe Lewis is in the States.
Yeah, no, he's gone to answer the questions. But let's be honest, at 86, it's not going to be difficult, right? He's going to say, I don't remember. Sorry, what was the question again? His lawyers will be telling me he's not going to jail. Listen, insider trading in the UK, you go to jail for insider trading in the UK. Okay, And if you think that the UK laws are harsher, they're nothing compared to what goes on in the US.
Yep.
Will they freeze his assets? Does he think that just shifting the assets off to the Bahamas is going to make any difference? No, because they can reclaim this up to, I believe, 2 years when they've done transactions. Because if he knew he was being investigated, he can siphon assets off or push assets into relatives. They're not stupid, and they've got strong powers.
Yep. So first of all, before I respond, we just got 3 more super chats. So thank you everyone that it has put super chats in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, I want to thank all of you, because this week we broke 6,000 subscribers, which has been huge for us. It's taken a little while to get there because of our inconsistency. But thank you all for your patience, your support of the channel, and there will be a lot more coming. But Rob Wallace is the first one. Brian, load those pistols, buddies. And as always, Levy out. I'm going to be Joe. I think I'm going to get sore fingers from today. Thank you, Rob. Another one from Rob, who sent a super sticker. Thank you. I think it may have been too far to see it, but thank you. And from Nana Hotspur, much joy. I mean, joy, elation. I don't think there are too many more superlatives that you can actually use. But yeah, this is what we got to look at now, is that where we are now as a football club. Because, like we said, you look at it, the embarrassment this is going to cause. Excuse me. You look at, like I said, what happens with transfers now? Where do we go? We obviously saw Tapsoba yesterday may or may not have been falling apart, or another one pay us what we said. This has come up. Well, it's got another super chat. Here we go. Kane won't be able to be sold as he's an asset. People have been saying the crafty ways that we do things. Yeah, you look at this. Poor Ange Postecoglou. Poor. What has he?
He's a broken man. Week 3, he's a broken man.
Mate, it's really. So you look at it. Also, what I will say, from what I'm excuse me, what I'm understanding as well, these charges go back to 2013.
Correct.
So obviously, this is before these charges were made. And as I said, people who are watching from North America, and when you were talking about it, I can tell you from my when I'm back home living there, and God, it's 10 weeks and I'm home. Thank God. Corporate insider trading to the US attorneys is like the sharks they want to eat. They devour. They will throw everything at this, and for it to be this far,
yeah,
this isn't just like a cop with a busted tail light. This isn't just like, oh, can I just a stop and search. This is very, very big, and obviously,
Biden appointed him, Brian. Sorry to interrupt you. Biden appointed this guy to attack corruption, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's done. So, he's been targeted along with others.
Yep. I mean, also you got to look at this as well. I spoke to obviously the great Billy Carnes, great friend of ours, huge protester, wonderful guy, the man with all the banners. He tweeted out, I'm speaking to him. I'm looking for. I am looking forward to a strongly worded letter from the Supporters Trust. I'm looking forward to hearing what our fans advisory board are going to bring.
They had a lot of success in the last meeting.
They've literally been appointed, discussed. We're open. This fan advisory board is to discuss and bridge gaps and try to see how we can do things correctly. First thing they discuss is the ticket price increase, and can we sort this out? No, we're not budging. Well done. And now they're going to have to deal with this. So we will have to see. But now, obviously, we were all thinking about what we were going to do about protesting. We had started talk. We had started saying, what do? We didn't know if we started during the first few weeks because everyone's on holiday and it's the start of the season, and obviously Ange Postecoglou. Then it was, do we wait till the end of the window? We didn't know what to do. Now, I will not understand whether we protest. I will not understand how there isn't a huge upsurge in our numbers that are at that ground, because you're going into that ground now with this hanging over. This is, I put, it got to one point yesterday where I even put in my Nick out group, I think I put it in our group as well, Johnny, that I'm done with this football club as it is. I was like, I'm done. Do you know what? I was like, we've come to a point now where I don't understand what this club is anymore. This is not the football club I fell in love with. This isn't the football club that we all were brought up on and told of the history. And I was like, I've never felt so disconnected. I've never felt so alarmed at what's going on. And I couldn't believe at the lack of care and concern and fight from this fan base to bring this club back to the glory we've all known, whether it is through watching it ourselves, by hearing it from our parents, our grandparents, our aunties, our uncles, your cousins, your colleagues, and now we're here. So we're at a place right now where we have to move. Now, Joe, I want to say hello to a couple of people I've just seen that I haven't seen for a long time. So I would say big up to the Americanka, who I haven't seen for a little while. I hope you're okay. And a very, very big welcome to a very, very close friend of mine, my little sister Rachel, who is recovering from her heart attack. Get well soon, little sister.
Well
love
soon,
you
Rach.
dearly. And she must, you know what, she must be going giddy right now. Johnny, before we start talking about new owners or what could happen, there's just a few more super chats to go through. So, David Biscoe, good friend of the channel. Our fans say they don't want to corrupt Arab or Russian owners and defend Lewis despite Patagonia.
Correct.
Patagonia, we're going to talk about this in a minute, David. Thank you, Dara. Oh, I've done that. Kane won't be able to be sold. The trust needs a public push for ENIC to sell ASAP. Listen, I know there's only so much they can do, but now, do you remember when we had the January transfer window and the lot I'm with started going crazy again? And then all of a sudden, the trust send that email. Well done to the trust. And then they send a second one demanding questions. Well, they best be super active. They best be super active. And one final super chat, and it's from the woman I just said, my beautiful little sis Rachel. Big up, darling. Thank you for sending the super chat. Really appreciate it. We still need to speak. I hope you're recovering well, and I'm going to give you a call straight after this. One more's just coming, and then we start talking to.
Wish you better, Rachel.
God works in mysterious ways, Mike. He most certainly does. And listen, everyone, wish Rachel a very speedy recovery and wish her well, because this woman is an incredible woman that means so much to me, the ENIC Outlaw, and she has done so much work despite what she's been going through, and she should have stopped and been relaxing, which she can do now because she's sitting down relaxing us. We're watching us. Just, I love you, darling, and just carry on recovering. So now let's get to, I saw someone say, just put hands up, thumbs down for people in the chat, because I can't do the poll because I haven't got back in, can't go into YouTube back end at the moment. New owners. I said on Johnny's Twitter space last night, when it came to new owners, we had one idiot going, when I said, listen, I don't care who we get in. I don't care who, I want to win. I want to win. And then we had someone pipe up and say about Manchester City and their 120 Feb. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You know who we're talking
I don't
about,
want City because they're breaking. It's like what? Financial fair play and what they've been doing with payments is worse than what's going on here. So, right here, right now, thumbs up, thumbs down. And Johnny, I'll get you to answer it. Would you accept oil money or money from states or clubs or superpowers like that? Yes, you would. And why would you, Johnny? Let's see. We'll see what people
Listen,
were.
look. Okay, it's the can of worms. The Pandora's box has been opened, right? We want to say we wouldn't touch that. We're so righteous, right? That's how we've been told. We don't want oil money. We want to be honest, right? Well, we're not honest, right? Nothing about our club has been honest and fair. Okay, I want to win. Okay, this club is unrecognisable to the one I supported as a kid, and I just want my club back. I want to feel proud again instead of embarrassed. And we've been embarrassed week in, week out for such a long time now. I do think, though, that the fact that he's passed the club on to lawyers, I don't think they can stop the actual day-to-day running of the club. What does worry me, I'm not sure of the intricacies of this, but the loan that's been taken out, hopefully it's a loan taken against the assets of the club and the ground, which I believe it is, rather than against any of Uncle Joe's assets or his boat or whatever. So I think we're safe as a club. In that respect, I don't think it will stop the day-to-day running of the club. But as far as our name being dragged through the mud, we are going to be laughing stock. Expect memes to be coming left, right, and centre. Well, we're an embarrassment. We're an embarrassment. And, when you go to concerts and you go to festivals and all they're singing is about Spurs and hating us, wow. And we can't even win anything.
It's that bad.
No, Johnny, it's a fairy tale.
Ben, before I get
stand up, it's a fairy tale, mate. It's all.
You think you got Chip? You got Chip? Yeah, you got Chip. So Ben, before I speak to you and get your thing, I'm just going to go through 2 super chats.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to let you. Then I'm going to let you let rip.
This is what happens when you support Spurs, right? You end up the Alcatraz psycho wall as well.
Mate, listen, Joe. All I can picture right now is Joe Lewis and Donald Trump in the same fucking prison cell. What a wonderful prison cell that'll be. So, user, big up, my man. I hope this reunites the fan base.
No chance.
Like I said in my rant, you know what? You would expect it to, but and you would expect for once people will be coming this side of the border, but we've got the excuse makers already. We've got the people already coming up with their nonsense and backing Lewis and backing Levy and backing Cullen and backing the club and all the excuses that can come under the sun. So as much as I'd love it to, I highly, highly doubt it. I even had someone, so I'm just going to say, I even had someone tweet me. I couldn't believe what I was tweeted. I got someone that tweeted me, goes, wow, looks like this is good for you guys. I'm still not fully Levy out. But when I know they've got nowhere to go, I will gladly come and stand with you. I was like, oh, that's really decent of you. So once they are selling, that's when you're going to come and join us. So thank you for that. 2 more, Ben, then I'm going to let you let rip. Joe Lewis is back in the building. Was heavily prominent in Tottenham away yesterday. Hi, Mr. Brian. Can you help me find a good lawyer? No, I can't, Joe. Find in your bloody self. Or Joe, what? I'll represent you. Free of charge.
A defender.
Free of charge, I will represent you.
That's what one guy wrote. That's what one guy wrote. Joe Lewis finally has to invest in a defender.
That's me.
Yep. I will represent you, character reference, anything you want, free of charge. And the big up Phil P, brother. City break rules to be the best. Do it to be shit. You are so right. You are so right. So first of all, Ben, how are you, brother?
So can I just say one thing? Just one thing, Ben, before you go. Are we going to see the Enoch lovers tying themselves to the Bill Nicholson gates saying, Uncle Joe is innocent. Free Uncle Joe. Free Uncle
Long
Joe.
live smoking
No,
Joe.
he's going to use the gates to the sandwich board. He's going to use the gates to the sandwich board. That's what he's going to do. Ben, first of all, before you go, Rip, how are you, my brother?
I'm laughing. This is really funny. It's like we are officially we've been talking about this a lot, Brian. Our favourite comedies. This might be up there now. We have walked into an Only Fools and Horses sketch with Dodgy Dan and and
Trigger,
Dodgy Joe, Dodgy Dave, and Smoking Joe. It is full blown. It's full blown comedy. It's absolutely hilarious. It's unbelievable how wrong people are about this lot. They are as crooked as they come. And of course, we can't fully comment on a criminal investigation because we haven't got all the information, and all the information will come out in the media as it goes through the court system. But it's obvious that they're like this. It's obvious. It's so mad that people didn't see this coming. Us lot on the purple and gold banner, as we like to call it, have always said this is going to crash and burn. This is going to crash and burn. They're being put into a corner because their football dealings are awful. And then all the nonsense will come out. So they don't care about winning. They care about doing dodgy dealings.
It's greed. It's greed. It's greed. It's greed.
Yeah, it is. It's totally greed.
Yeah.
And it's totally mad. Hopefully loads of people will now see what we were saying 2 years ago, or in some people's, in Mr. Graham, for example, 15, 16, 17 to 21 years ago, they said these guys, it's corrupt. It's corrupt.
This is a gift for those that, none of us, as bad as we thought that they were, we never thought in our wildest dreams it could be this bad. The greed could be this bad. I mean, the fact that he actually identified the greed in his statement, right, that a man who's a billionaire would stoop this low to actually think that instead of paying people, well, listen to this, instead of paying people, you've done some work I'm not going to pay you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you some information that's going to earn you money. I don't pay for nothing, right? That's basically, in essence, what he was saying. I mean, maybe that's how he was trying to do some transfers. Maybe that's why they were taking so long. Who knows?
Johnny, I have to say, this is how, or when I say this is how big it is, it just shows me how big this is getting on the States. My beautiful, wonderful wife, Ilana, who had no interest in football, apart from finding out when I've been at the Scotland Yard, the home of Tottenham Hotspur, Toronto Spurs, whether Spurs have won or lost, to find out what mood I'm in, has just messaged me, and it is currently 4:37 a.m. in Toronto, to say, oh my God, you must be feeling like it's Christmas. This is everywhere. This is everywhere. And sent me the video
of a bit of my merch, Brian. This is what Tottenham is. Instead of brewing bollocks, it's just bollocks.
Yeah,
that is Tottenham Hotspur.
This is where we are. I have to say, first of all, 265 people in at 9:38 in the morning UK time.
We don't do this often, but please like the stream.
Please
get liking, get following, get subscribing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got another super chat coming. I'll just quickly go through. Oh, it's Joe Lewis again. I've got a funny feeling I know who Joe Lewis is. Spurs fans, promise I will be a good owner. I will get a back three of Tapsoba, Laporte, Gavardio. Just save me from prison. I love my Spurs fans. But I'll tell you what, I would rather you get done than having a back three of Tapsoba, Laporte, and Gavardio. So you're falling on deaf ears, Mr.
Can we not have
Joe.
both, Brian? Can we not have both? Can we
Listen, man, I'm a Spurs fan. I can't have both things. It's one or the other. And if it was Joe Lewis getting done or a back three like that, I am choosing a back three like that. So Ben, we were talking before, and what do you think? Because obviously your family have properties and things like that. We were saying as well the fallout of this from commercially, because people are going oh, Joe Lewis won't get into trouble. The club won't have assets frozen, which they may or may not. But the fallout from this, from commercially and property, it's big, isn't it?
This is a massive precedent because over the seas, Liberty Media and all the sponsors they got in America are looking at this and thinking, wait, do we really want to be associated with this guy that's just been done for insider trading? They're going to start looking at us because we associate with him. This is a This is a massive press. Of course, those companies have done absolutely nothing wrong because we don't know if they've been doing it as well.
I think they're split, the Colf. I think they're split. I think the two things are slightly different. I think the sponsors 100% want clean. They don't want to be associated with any controversy, which is AIA must be like thinking, oh my God. Then you have the big companies like Liberty Media, QSI, and the others, and the American owners who have apparently not ever been interested in buying Spurs, circling.
Yeah.
They can smell the blood.
They can smell that a prized asset might be up for sale.
Correct. Well, it might have to be up for sale to realise if they think that if we actually, or the people who are defending this actually think that he didn't think he was ever under an investigation, and this has come as a bit of a shock to him. I don't believe that. I think that's probably why the shares were siphoned off to the lawyers in the Bahamas. But the price won't be going up. Yeah.
No, it'll be going down.
Correct. Correct.
I do want to preface before we read another super chat from Mr. Joe Lewis that all super chats are non-refundable. So if someone makes a super chat and then decides to refund it because they're just making super chats to troll us, they're non-refundable and we will not be refunding them. Just to preface it. Let's put
the £349 one in like he did on Tottenham away.
Exactly.
Then that will be refunded.
We know he's an actual person.
Can I just say that was that £100 or
That's
100
rupees. That's 100 rupees.
100 rupees. Okay.
Which was our opening offer for Van der Ven, funnily enough. What a coincidence.
Exactly.
So what's he saying? Mr. Bryan, I will make you chairman, and Mr. Stelios would be footballing director. How about that? Don't drop the soap, is all I will say in answer to that. Do not drop the soap. And then there's another one from Phil for you, mate, Ben. New Kofco merch. It's just bollocks. There you go. There.
That's what we're going to do. Cross out the brewing. It's just bollocks.
There we go. So, let's have a look. Do you know what? We've got 18 minutes left. Should we have a little talk about today's game?
Go on.
Sorry, was there a football match on today? You kidding?
Yeah, it's a football match.
It might get called off now. It might get called off.
Yeah, I'm just checking the weather. I'll tell you what, that we had a rant. I had a rant with Jay where he was saying to me, and to the people who are in the chat, I bet you don't even know, because I said playing Wrexham is better than playing Sailors. I bet you can't even name 3 players from Wrexham's team. So I named them. I said, right, now you name me 3 Sailors, right? I mean, it's pathetic, this. Roma said that they were going to pull out, we're thinking of pulling out weeks ago.
Yeah.
Leicester and Liverpool are in Singapore. Leicester don't play till Sunday. We could have rearranged that game for Wednesday. The Sailors came in at last minute. Just give them a few bob, and we could have been playing Leicester today. Yeah. I'm sure it could have been arranged, but they're too busy trying to do deals. I expect today, we should expect today a statement from the club, but I bet you we get nothing. What's the betting, guys? What do you think?
Yeah.
Like someone just said, we by the time we touched down back in London, we would have had 50 hours of flying time for 180 minutes worth of football. And you say 180 minutes.
Where did you get 180? Some of them have had 45.
No, but most I'm not saying we'd have played 2 full games. So not saying that each player would have had it, but yeah. So
some have had 0.
Do you reckon they might have to fly home now on the equivalent of Ryanair? The jet's been.
I can't mention the Jets again, Brian.
Pete said it on Sav's show yesterday. They've got no football fitness, but they know the in-flight safety thing of an airplane is spot on. They know that. So big up, Pete.
Yeah, they know the safety procedure.
Yeah, they know that.
It's yes. Go on, Johnny. Go on.
No, it's just a farce. I mean, the whole thing is a farce. We're the only club that's flying around the world right? Con Air, very good. And flying home, Con Air, very funny.
Trust Coover. Coover is give him a line. Honestly, it's like I've just given him a David Beckham assist, and he's just knocked it in. There you go.
Yeah.
Set it up for Coover.
Con Air, very good. Well done. I just think it's so fast. We've flown around the world and come back. We've had 45 minutes. We played some sailors, and everyone else is match fit. I don't know what Angie's going through. I feel sorry for. I've never felt sorry for a manager who hasn't kicked a ball properly in anger. He's already under the cosh.
I'm just. Has Spurs official actually come out and said anything? Because Leicester,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Leicester actually came out when the game was called off and apologised to their fans because of the weather. That's how good. Yeah. They literally said to the fans, "We're really, really sorry for the ones that have travelled out there and whatever." Yet again, nothing. Not that I didn't expect anything from them or should, but this happens, and watch how they go radio silent. I was very surprised when they put a tweet out earlier on today going game day or whatever, and I thought for sure they would have turned the comments off, but they hadn't, and the comments are just hysterical.
Oh, but then what they have done is talked about the Wishing Well Foundation. They're doing something good 2 hours ago. Watch what happened yesterday as Kane, Dyer, Whiteman, Devine and Keeley visited Children's Wishing Well in Singapore to help local children. You know, let me tell you something. Dyer and Davis are being used extensively on tour. How worrying is that? And I want to know, obviously, Levy took a hypnotist with him, right, on this tour, because Ange went full of gusto, blusto, right? And now he's turned into a teddy bear and turned around yesterday and said that Ben Davies is exactly the type of person he's been looking for. If he actually turns around and says Eric Dyer could be a world-class defender, I know the game's up. He's in there in his sleep with that watch, with a hypnotist. He's woken up and he's a different man. He's been turned.
What can we say? Got one super chat in again from Dara saying Popeye, Columbus, Francis Drake. There's 3 sailors.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see. Do we keep a clean sheet today?
Who cares? I'm laughing about this all day.
I will be, but I don't even think we keep a clean sheet today. We'll win.
We never keep a clean sheet.
No, I don't think we'll concede against sailors, man. I don't think so.
Yes or no in the chat? Are we keeping a clean sheet?
Nail
yes or
that
no?
to your master, Johnny.
Huh?
You can nail that to the mast.
We'll have to see. What I will say is, just let you guys know the game is going ahead. Obviously, even if it was bad conditions, this stadium has a roof. But what will be coming your way either later on this evening, depending on what time Johnny and I do it, or tomorrow morning, will be the second edition of Ben's critically acclaimed and great naming rights, Anger Management. So that will be coming. And you know what? I think anyone else got anything they want to say, or should we wrap it up 10 minutes early?
Let's go for 10 more minutes. Let's find something to talk about.
Go on then, Ben. You take over. You take over. You take over for the final 10. What should we discuss?
We shall discuss
signings. Lack of signings. Lack of signings. Yeah.
It's
lack of signings. Harry Kane leaving.
Is this the worst Tottenham Hotspur pre-season ever?
Yes. Yes.
Because I cannot imagine a pre-season if that they say if Carlsberg made this is the utter opposite. This is everything that could possibly have gone wrong went wrong. Everything from the plane to the team to no centre backs to the owner going to prison and this. It's have you? None of you? Because
look, everything's falling. Listen, everything's falling apart. You know, we can't even get Ashley Phillips over the line. You know, he's come down here and he's had a medical, and now he's gone back. He said goodbye to everyone, and he's gone back. Mickey van der Ven, you know, came to the club, right, and the deal hasn't been done. we've known for 3 years. We've known for 3 years, right, that we've needed centre backs. I mean, it's just the whole thing is just laughable, and I just cannot believe we've travelled halfway around the world. We were all expecting that this tough Ange was going to read the riot act and tell Levy, I don't want any of these players, right? They're all going to be staying behind. We expected to see Dyer, Sanchez, Davis, and a few others left behind, but no. Joe Lewis gave me a tip. Yeah. He did. He probably did.
Kuva's insider trading confirmed. Yeah. So everyone bet on us conceding in the first 5 minutes.
Listen, hats off to Ange. Whatever happens now with Ange, he's even though he was never in my top 10, I've really warmed to him, and he will get my backing because I expect carnage at the beginning. I really do. How can it be saved? Yeah,
we've got another super chat, which is probably equal to 10p because I worked out how many pounds. It was 90p. So I don't know what this is about. Any suggestions of how I can be saved, Brian?
Oh, the insanity,
mate. Listen, all I will say. Listen, I will say, just get you and your blooming little crony out of N17, and then I wish you all the best for everything you ever do. Anything you want to buy, anything you want to make, any insider training you want to do, whatever you want. For 15 years, you and your little crony have been public enemy number one, and until the day you go, it will continue. So, thank you for these wonderful super chats. And your constant support of the channel. But no, I have absolutely no suggestions whatsoever.
I've got to say, you, Brian, I've been praying for a QSI to ride into town and save us. I'm just hoping, I'm really hoping it all falls apart with Man United and the Glazers, say they're not for sale. Because when you look at it, despite everything, Spurs offer the best turnkey operation in football, that you can come in and just spend money on the team. Nothing else needs to be spent, okay? And because he hasn't spent any money for the last 10 years, right, in relation to the actual earnings of the club, they'll be able to come in and spend massive. Second of all, with their relationship with QIA, they'll be able to draw in a massive company to come in and do the naming rights. Overnight, they could do the naming rights for huge money, okay? Because they're trying to compete with Saudi Arabia as it is. We all know the competitiveness between Qatar and Saudi Arabia. That's my dream. I don't know if it will ever happen, but there will definitely be buyers circling this club.
Yeah.
But we have a megalomaniac in Daniel Levy, and I can't really see him leaving without being dragged, kicking and screaming out the door.
I don't think it's going to be a QSI though, Johnny. It's going to be someone like a Liberty Media
I'm just saying.
Anyone that cares about making a winning product. Formula One, whether you like the current state of Formula One at the moment, I currently hate Formula One because it's boring as hell.
Yeah,
but it's a winning product. There are more Formula One fans than ever before. If they could come in and do something like that and just spend money and just make it a winning product and make it a product that people care about, that would be absolutely brilliant. Thomas,
but we don't want leveraged buyouts, Colf. We do not want any more leveraged buyouts, part of a group, right? We will need someone who's going to come in with the money, not saying we got to pay back the loan for this company and because of the F1 commitments, we don't have any money for Spurs. We don't want that. We want someone who's going to come in with the money, buy the club and invest in the players. They don't need to invest in anything else. No new stadium, no nothing. Just the club, and probably for an American, right, a big American owner with big money, the dream of actually owning an NFL franchise to boot, which I don't want because I'm a big fan.
So what we've got to look at as well. First of all, I'm just going to go through another couple of super chats that have come in. Is first of all, Phil P. He comes up with some wicked show ideas. Lads, idea for a new show, just the tip.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. And then David, thanks for the super chat. I've just checked it. Thank God it's not 43. 286 people watching. We do only have 135 likes though. Thank you for the 135.
And girls, it's a bunch of leavies. Come on.
Yep.
Come on, guys. Pathetic.
Well, do you know what? We've got over the 100, which is a good thing. But we have to look at this. I mean, do you know what's funny? And I'm looking at this. I've had so many. This shows kind of where we are as a football club or where we are as a fan base. I've had so many people from different football clubs that have absolutely no allegiance to this club. So they're neither pro or anti-Levy and the ownership. All of them. Oh, my God. And some are coming from North America. I'm getting it from places all over the world that message me. My God, this is big trouble for you guys. Yeah. And a lot of them are Americans saying this. So when it comes to them, you know that they know what they're talking about. So it's amazing how so many other fans see this. We've seen before, so many other fans see what this ownership is doing.
Yeah. And
we have a very, very large proportion of this fan base that just refuse to see it, refuse to accept it.
We're hindsight merchants. We're not hindsight merchants. We were actually predicting this would happen, and it's happening.
We didn't know about insider trading. We didn't know about insider trading, but
we knew something was going to be dodgy with these lot, because that's what they are. Donna Cullen has just put in a 40 rupee super chat saying, "Yeah, these two guys need to go. It's time for my reign. If they're going, Donny, if they're going, you're going out as well, love. Get out."
Could you imagine that happened though? Them two left. It was Cullen. I would start protesting immediately. And there's another one just below it. There's another one just below from Nana Hotspur. Thank you very much indeed, Nana Hotspur. Call it the Freedom Stadium. I even said, no, it needs to be called the Damien Williams Arena.
The Domestos Bowl. The Domestos Bowl. Okay, clean out all the shit.
That's what it needs to be. But yeah, it's just funny again. We'll see how this. Listen. Oh my God. My little sisters are coming out of the woodwork. Kirst, darling, how are you, honey? Hope you're good. We haven't chatted for a while. We're going to sort that right out. But yeah, isn't it? It's just. Well, this is going to drag on. Oh look! Oh my God! He's alive. He's alive.
Danny, we've done that one, mate. I did that one this morning.
IT Kiriakou has turned that. Oh, now we've got another one.
God, all three of them.
The gruesome threesome, as they turn that. I've all turned up.
You know what? It's like someone has said Beetlejuice 3 times.
Yeah,
they've all turned up. But listen, we're going to call it.
Right, you've not mentioned the man once in the last 15 minutes.
No, do you know what? It's Johnny was right. I've kind of stayed away from saying his name. I will do at the end.
It's not his fault.
But
it's his fault.
We don't know. We can't say whether he is or he isn't.
You cannot accuse someone of something we don't know.
Exactly. And I know for a fact if I started saying his name and went on a mad rant, I'm going to put the channel and myself in a lot of jeopardy. So it's probably best not to. So right, we're going to wrap up here. But first of all, before you do, we'll go around and obviously have a quick word. But for more football Spurs content is going to be going mad all over the place. And right now, in 1 minute, Sava on Football Heritage will be starting his stream. So please do go over to Sava at Football Heritage. If you can put Tottenham on tour raid, he will know, and it'll be really, really good. Got another super chat in from Mr. Levy. I'm not going to. I almost bit there. This is where I know it's a good time to end the stream. Johnny, when's your next space, buddy, and where people find you?
Well, I think I'll be doing a space today somehow. We did one last night that went on for quite a while. Please give me a follow here, Johnny H3232 on Twitter, and come on, listen to the spaces. It's going to be wild. the next few days. I was going to ease off up until the running of the season, until we played the Sailors, maybe have one. But I think now it's going to be live. It's going to be hectic. So to follow and be part of it, please come in and talk. We welcome everybody, whatever your opinion. Even if you're Levy in, you're welcome to come and chat and tell us whatever reason you have to believe that this is nothing. It's just a thing that everybody does. So give us a follow, please. And I look forward to seeing you on the spaces. Thank you, Brian, for having me on.
Always a pleasure.
I've set the stream to redirect straight to Saba, so you don't have to go.
I don't know how to do it. Fantastic.
I have done it. So stay comfortable. It's going to take you straight to Mr. Saba, and you're all going to have a laugh. But yeah,
you know what? Like people know, I don't have the capabilities because I don't sign into all that back in. I leave that to you and Ireland. I just go on my rants and everything. Koff, what you got coming on today?
It's Wednesday, so it's time for the Brewing Bollocks Show with myself, Bobby K. I don't know if Coover's going to be around. He might turn up. Who knows? It might be Little K. I think Kate from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs will be joining us to talk absolute rubbish for an hour. So get over to the coffee company. I've dropped the link in there. So please sub. We've just hit 400 subscribers, and there's probably loads of people that haven't subscribed to my show on there. So please sub to the coffee company. Really helps us out a lot. We're on the crawl to 500 subscribers. All a laugh. So go over there, like the stream, and go and watch Saba.
Yep. And when you go over there, please make sure you put Tottenham on Tour Raid or TOT Raid, just so he's aware. Guys, listen, thank you for joining us. Thank you for all your interaction. Sorry we couldn't get through all the comments. They were going crazy. My rant is going to get clipped up in case you've missed it and put out separately. That will be later on today. Johnny and I will be doing anger management. But most importantly, like, comment, share, subscribe. And this is the happiest one I've ever done. And as always, Levy out.